This man named Levy, wrote an article in the darker side of black people. I must tell you that there was an article in the magazine, Sunday magazine. I think it was a Gleaner Sunday magazine, where them showing you all the reports on the television is biased and how racist the reports are when reporting what is taking place in New Orleans. Because they have two pictures. They have two pictures there, and the two pictures them show one set of black people and one set of white people with goods in them hand. And the one with the white people them with the goods in them hand, saying that it was recovering. They're recovering the goods. But the one with the black person say them was looting. So white people recover goods from stores that is not for them own. But black people loot stores that is not for them own. And the man was mentioning how racist the news can be, especially when showing certain things. Well, this man now take it up on the med now for declare say boy right now. As a matter of fact, we're going to read the article and make you see it for yourself what we are talking about. The article said, let me start by saying that if I had my life to live over 1,000 times, the one thing I would not change would be my race. I am proud to be a black man. There are times, however, when I wish that certain people and I did not share that trait. For the past few days, the whole world, well, at least those who have access to satellite and cable television, have been seeing pictures of the virtually total devastation of the cities of the U.S. Gulf Coast by Hurricane Katrina. An estimated 90% of homes in New Orleans have been destroyed by flood waters, and more than 100 people have been confirmed dead. Okay, we see people standing on the roofs of their submerged home, desperate to be rescued. Others being airlifted to safety. And we have heard tear-jerking stories of families losing their loved ones. But in all of this, we have also seen the really dark side of black people. The day after the hurricane passed, there were reports of looting, but network reporters have been saying that people were looting out of desperation, in search of food and water, a lot they knew. The pictures I have been seeing are of people, black people, stealing shoes, diapers, and television sets. Not food, and definitely not water. Not unless the armfuls of clothing, shoes, and appliances I see people wading through the streets would count as food and water. Now, if all the looters were looting out of desperation, how desperate were the guy and girls I saw tooting several boxes of size 30 Nikes? How desperate was the fellow with the stock of diapers? What is it that he has several babies at home suffering from loose bowels? What am I talking about? What home? Everything is underwater, and what ain't has been totally destroyed. And just what are these guys stealing the plasma television sets going to be watching when there's no power in the entire city? Desperation, yeah, right. I am beginning to believe that black people, no matter where in the world they are cursed with a genetic predisposition to steal, murder, and create mayhem. The entire firearm department at a Walmart department store, for example, was cleaned out and the looters used the stolen weapons to rob people. How low is that? Everybody is suffering, and the black people would seek to rob people who are suffering just like themselves. And it has nothing to do with poverty. Where are the white people in all of this? Well, they were not shown on the TV. I am sure there are poor white people living in New Orleans, Biloxi, and the other towns affected by what has been going on. Is it that the media are not showing pictures of them looting and robbing? Or is it that they are too busy trying to stay alive, waiting to be rescued and hiding from the blacks? And you know what? Even if the poor whites were looting and robbing, wouldn't it be nice if the blacks could have made them the only ones doing it? Just once I would like for us blacks to take the high road in situations like this, where instead of showing our darkest side, we put our best foot forward. But I guess that would be too much to ask, too much of a case. of wishful thinking. I don't know that, brethren, yeah, but if not really, brethren, you not fear Rasta. Trust me, you're that fear. As we said before, just Sunday, them put 2 pictures in the paper. One showing 2 set of people, waist-length water with goods in them hand. And all the report showed is that one was looting and one was recovering. And I was sitting in London and I saw a black man with some grocery in him hand and a policeman who will have gone to him head and tell him, say, drop it. And when him drop it, it wash away in the water. So I want to know, what is the purpose of that food that wash away in the water? And who know, going to say now that this man should have got jail because him thief the food. When the policeman tell him to drop it and then drop it in the water and wash away. But I said to this brethren now that you're not fear. Maybe you never see nothing else, but the idea that, the idea, I mean, the majority of people that we see on the TV who are suffer is black people. But it don't mean say white people never suffer too. It don't mean say no white people never feel the pinch. And the majority of looting that we see on the TV is black people, because the majority of people in the area is black people. But it don't mean say white you never are mashed down the place too. And it is not true. It is not even a question for really put in our one mind. That when him say desperation, him say no matter where in the world they are, him is beginning to believe that black people are cursed with a genetic predisposition to steal, murder, and create mayhem. Brethren, you must have learned about history. I mean, a man like you are read right at the paper. You must know history, Rasta. Could you really say, after knowing history, would you really put black people in the genetic predisposition to steal, murder, and create mayhem? The majority of wars that has been fought in the world today was not started by no black person. The millions of people that died in World War I and World War II, the millions of people that is dying now is not caused by the genetic predisposition of black people to murder and create mayhem. Slavery that killed nearly 100 million people. The enslavement of people all over the world. The genocide that is perpetuated against people. 20 million people, Russians, Bosnia, Kosovo, you name the wars that has been fought in the world from them time there until now was not started by black people, brethren. How can you start to believe that we are genetic predisposed to steal, murder, and create mayhem? This is what white people love to hear, to put on their website. They say, see there, we did right all along because even a black man who is very educated, no say, them genetically predisposed to steal, murder, and create mayhem. What is World War I and World War II that has created more havoc? Who drop a bomb from Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Who create diseases? Who create wars in earth? May I tell you, most of the time is black people is the victim. Most of the time is black people is the victim. And if you look on world history, there's no way you can come to the conclusion that black people is genetically predisposed to